I guess they're saying we live. But I don't trust the fit. So I gotta triple check these days. But this is part two of the Psy Tai Podcast, number 37. Get a little lower. And right now I am triple checking to make sure everything can run in a fashionable way. Okay, so I got this on. I'm gonna allow y'all to see what's going on. Get this up. Okay, so it says we're streaming. It says everything is alright. Alright. That had got me there. Just saying that whole thing was done and only did 12 minutes. The nerve of them. Okay. Oh, there goes the trigger. There goes the trigger. I gotta let it out. I actually just want to have fun. Okay. Goes the trigger. There goes the trigger. I gotta let it out. Man, what? Alright, let's share this link out. Guess I had to do it again. Shout outs to the Wankin' Wizard. Alright, hopefully it stays this time. We here. Alright, I'm gonna act like it's here now. Okay. Alright. So as always, what I was saying before, I don't know. But this is a podcast. We just tie. We just combine our minds with our hearts. Let whatever combine those two circles. Let whatever come out, come on out. I'm saying that now, just in case you tuning in for part two. Part two. Just started 3 minutes in, but that's what it do. Now, the story I got. What's the story I got? What's the story I got? Is yesterday. Yesterday, I was on point 0.5 mushroom chocolate with 70% cacao inside the chocolate. So that acted as an MOAI to make that point 0.5 come on more and last longer, like a whole bunch, like up it up, so it don't seem like a point 0.5. But it's not that it would get me more out of control, because the out of control that people get, man, I was on shrooms out of control, I know what's going on. That out of control is what I'm already kind of expecting. Or I don't try to hold true to nothing. But anyways, I was brought this up because I was took the dose, and you will hear like, man, don't take mushrooms, don't do this stuff when you're going through things on your brain or going through a bad, like a horrible situation in your life. And that still rings true in some situations, to each his own. I'm not promoting the use of illegal or legal drugs on this channel. Do not recreate anything that you see or hear during this podcast. So we hear these stories about, and Silas the Sex Stuff. So he made that video about making a video about enjoying a trip. Because he been making video for 4 years, and he never really specifically tried to talk about how enjoyable a trip was, just about how much he learned from the trip, or what he got out of the trip, or how much the trip destroyed them and stuff like that. As if that's the only thing people wanted to hear. But that was the only thing that was able to slip through the radars, the pain that you experience. And it's all pain and gain though. It's all fun and stuff. But we're told to look at these substances and not like, man, you doing too much. It was yesterday. Another example yesterday. Somebody asked me for a lighter. Let me make sure it's still on. See, it says stream complete again. That doesn't make sense. I'm right here. I am literally right here, and they cutting it off. Oh, it says stream resumed. Yeah, with better computer, gonna come better, more shows, more better shows. For right now, with the technology I have, with the will that I'm able to conjure up right now, this is the experience that I'm able to bring. So thank y'all guys for tuning in during all the rough patches, But yeah, we're told not to want to enjoy these substances, but then it's like when you start really being a psychonaut. Oh, that's what I was going to. A guy asked to borrow my lighter at the park, and I said, it got a low flame on there. Got a low flame. He said, oh, well, you've been smoking a lot of meth. Is that for smoking a lot of meth? And like, I don't know why he even tried to test me like that, but I just looked at him and was like, nah. I said, actually, I'm just on a little dose of mushrooms right now. And then he talked to his girlfriend, and they was both on bikes, and he had said, you want some mushrooms, like playing around. And then she's like, huh? And he said, no, you don't want those. You can't go those. You'll go crazy on those. As if he was like protecting her sanity. Like, I know how you will get. I know, like, you got some demons you ain't ready to work with and stuff like that. Hey, Martia Sanchez. Just now seeing seeing your presence pop up in the chat. But the lady, I was talking about this lady the guy at the park, and then he was like, man, tell his girlfriend, you wouldn't want to do mushrooms because of all the stuff that you're going through, like yada yada yada, that. So then I think that's what scares people away from the experience. It's like, yeah, it's gonna bring up things that you already know that you're dealing with, but it's so magical because once you actually have the experience for yourself, you see that now you're able to actually do it. Hey, True. Hey, Booker. Yeah, I'm tying. I got him set up in the backyard. The lady was the guy was trying to protect her thoughts, seems so protecting her. And that's what I was getting to, is start getting like, when you start getting in real psychonaut territory, you start telling yourself like, when you start missing out on days, and I don't even like, well, I do like saying it, missing out on days, it's just like missing out on your pharmaceutical pills where they say take this every 3 days, and if you don't take this every 3 days, then it has the eventuality or the potential that whatever sickness you were trying to fight off in your body, it will start coming back. So they say you got to take this every 3 days or every 4 days or every 12 hours for this amount of days or something like that. And it's wild because then another thing popped in my head. You hear other stories that say, yeah, I took psychedelics a long time ago, and now it say resuming. It's wild because it don't say, usually it say it's disconnected on the OBS before it says disconnected on the YouTube. So that's what's baffling me. That's like saying disconnected on YouTube, but not on OBS first. But anyways, you hear people that say, yeah, I took psychedelics a long time ago. I don't need them no more. I figured out everything that they was trying to tell me, or I figured out my life purpose and things around there. Around that substance, and now I'm dealing with the life that I have now and all that is trying to throw at me, and I'm not trying to escape from my problems or trying to do that kind of stuff anymore. Yeah, I was into that when I was young, and then I look at them, or I just see about it, and then I don't even try to judge their life that much, but I see my life when I actually stopped. And I literally felt like I was missing out. And then I wanted to get rid of that story in my head. Oh, stop telling yourself you missing out. That sounds like a drug addict. You need to deal with these problems that's going on in your life right now. In the way that you always been taught to deal with it. The way that you are, the way that you look around and you see other people handling it. And then it wasn't the best of times. It wasn't the best of times. I try my best to make it the best of times, but it's like with the mindset that you're setting, that's all you can do. And it's like really with these psychedelics, they really get you out of that. They really get you out. Now, integration, it is a huge integration that goes about it. That goes about living with the mushroom and living in this world. It's like being a man or woman, whatever you are, between two worlds. Like you're living in this reality and somewhere else at the same time. But and it's like when you not, and it's like that's the fun. It's like that is the fun that everybody is searching for, to be able to fly around in realities and stuff, and then feel uplifted when they're here enough to take on the problems that come towards them with like a fresh mind to it. Because we all be like, man, I don't want to get caught up in stuff. Like, people don't willingly get caught up in things. People don't willingly take on problems, or so they say. But people don't willingly want to be depressed. That's just the way that I see that they been handling it. And so it just play out like that. Like, that's the best that you can handle it. Like, some people want to be sad, want to live a melancholic life. I say it because I wanted to. I wanted to live a melancholic life, and it's not sad like melancholy. I think that's what it is. All right, let me look that up. Melancholy, because I pronounce words, guys, the way that I say it. Hold on. Here it is. Melancholy. I think that's whatever. I think too much. That's the problem now. Melancholy, a feeling of passive sadness. Pensive sadness. The heck is pensive? Search Google. Pensive, engaged in, involving, or reflecting deep or serious thought. A feeling of serious thought, reflecting deep, engage, a feeling of reflecting deep in sadness, typically with no obvious cause. Having a feeling of melancholy, sad, and pendant. She felt a little melancholy today. An air of melancholy surrounded him. And I used to put it in terms of, I feel sad, but I don't really, I feel sad, but this is it's cool because it's bringing me closer to, it's bringing me out of whatever I was just in. Like I was happier feeling this sad stuff than whatever that fake happiness people was trying to feed me. But then that was it. That was all I had was the melancholy. So imagine living a life like that. Like yeah, I'm still feeling like my own individual, but I'm still what is that? Passive aggressive or a procrastinator. Like I'm still got these loose ends in my life. And that's that you blame it on the world. You blame it on the world. Even if you take the opposite side and you overjoyed about things, you start like washing over all your sad feelings with any kind of girl, male, club, any kind of scenery, family. Even family make up for the deal sometime. Stop saying complete. I'm still here. There it is. Even family get in the way sometimes. Family that we love. Family that we love. Because I always be saying we grew to love them. If we was with somebody else, we would have been loving somebody else. So it's like everything that we grow up in is just what we've been programmed to love or dislike. Or like or dislike. Love or hate. And the mushrooms as a medicine, or the DMT as people saying is a medicine to heal your own body, have your own version of yourself going along the picture. is real cool to have that actuality happen, and it takes a strong will, as I was saying in the beginning, a strong will like Goku, a strong will like Goku, where you training every day. And like, remember, he used to go to the hyperbolic time chamber, where when he was inside the hyperbolic time chamber, time moved differently in there, and the gravity was different. So to let y'all know, for those who don't ever watch Dragon Ball Z, when he was in there, he was training. He would turn up the gravity, so when he punched hard, when he punched in there, or had to move up, it was a lot. He had to use a lot more muscle, or gain a lot, have a lot more activity than under normal conditions on Earth or planet Namek, whatever planet he was on at the time, to save the day. And time was slower, so when he came out of there, it was as if he had all this training in just a little amount of time, and he always was going in and out of this, and it really helped him um see what was inside of himself, and then that in turn inspired others, and as well allowed him to keep getting stronger, because Goku, all he wanted to do is keep getting stronger. Like most of the other Z warriors, they kind of like started dwindling out. They got to their highest power level, and then another power, they upped their power level when a moment of crisis came. They's like, oh my gosh, man, we need Goku. I was just chilling. I thought everything was all right. I mean, then they gotta call on Goku. They even gotta bring Goku back from the dead. He all over there in other realms with the eternal dragons, even training over there with King Kai in the other realms. Even when he was supposedly passed on, he was still training. He was still had a will to experience the life that he wanted to experience. And hey, that's awesome. And in turn, now you see Dragon Ball Super, and now Dragon Ball Super, he's reaching godlike status. He's battling gods now. He was battling Beatrice, which was the goddess destruction that went around blowing up planets if he didn't like the food that they had, and if it wasn't tasty enough for him, he was able to challenge that, and able to clear his mind up, and then have his body already prepared. Like, if he didn't go through all that before, he wouldn't have been ready for what happening in um Dragon Ball Super. Where in there he was dealing with different realities. At that point, he was dealing with different universes, and all those people, warriors from different universes, was all coming together in order to fight so that their universe wouldn't be erased. Like, that's the level of experience that he got his mind to through all the training that he went through, and all the experiences he had, like dying, coming back, like all of these is downloaded to his conscious, so he knows that there is no real such thing as death. You can keep getting stronger, you can heal yourself, and you can help others at the same time while still having fun and keeping a smile on your face. Like the cartoons, that's why I love cartoons, how they play out all of these experiences as if it's just a normal humbug. Like, I think it all started out with Looney Tunes and things like that. My picture just went through my head of Mickey Mouse. Mickey Mouse was one of the first cartoons, and they just added sound to moving images, and they was like, wow, this is amazing. This is amazing. This is magic. We're matching up different pieces from here, and now when it's put on this screen, we able to make characters come to life, make these drawings literally come to life, and do things that we can't make humans do behind a camera. Like blow each other heads off, run off the side of a cliff, but instead of just falling, notice that you're on the side of a cliff and that the cliff is still over there, you're hanging in midair. And it's not, and I'm thinking of Acme and you Looney Tunes, and not until you notice that it's a down do you actually fall down. You're like, oh, this is where I am. Damn, oh yeah, that falling down is a possibility. Oh, I'm thinking about that possibility. I'm feeling that possibility. Now I'm experiencing that possibility of falling. That's how I look at that Acme scene. How I break that down. And that's what I like about cartoons and tying it together with these psychedelic experiences and being the warrior and who you really are in there. That's why I always been saying for a while that a character that I relate to is now Tai. I relate to Tai a lot more than the other ones. But Bugs Bunny. Bugs Bunny, how he is in the Looney Tune universe. Bugs Bunny is sarcastic. He's always chilling. He knows what's going on, and he's just curious. And he's relaxed enough to want to play around with other people. Like I see him as awakening other people, really. Like Elmer Fudge was always so serious. It's rabbit hunting season. I'ma hunt me a rabbit. And then you see Bugs Bunny say, what's up, Doc? And just biting his carrot, just chilling in his universe, and then he go back into his rabbit hole and whatever is down there. Whatever's down there. And even when it came to dealing with Daffy Duck, Daffy Duck had a big ego. He was where he always wanted to accomplish things in here, and like he was real conniving in a sense. Daffy Duck was real conniving as compared to Bugs Bunny's like playfulness, his jesterness. Jesterness, because he realized what was going on to a part. Like what I mean by that is like the self-awareness of Bugs Bunny is like he's a self-aware character in the Looney Tunes world, as if and everybody else is playing characters in that world. Like they don't have a sense of them being a character in that world besides Bugs Bunny. And that's why I always identified with that, especially during trips where you're not getting lost. You're not getting lost, and you kind of have an identity of who you are, and who you are can be anything that you imagine it. Like Bugs Bunny always was putting on different outfits, different characters, different able to adapt to different cultures. And hey, that's what they mostly try to do. I'm telling you, that's what they try to mostly do with main characters of cartoons. And I think that's the self. I don't know. That's this is what it is. It is what it is.